living abroad, living abroad and house sitting. Oh, you can't even see that. All right, let me move this down a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, okay. Living abroad and house sitting, pet sitting, etc. Let's do a little Q&A. Let's get in your phone because this is already kind of far away for me to see. So that's not good grammar. I'm sorry, y'all. It's been a long few days. It's been a long 2 days, but we gonna get here. So me and my husband are living abroad and we are currently in Mexico, and right now we're actually doing a house sit. And so I've talked about trusted house sitters on some of my lives, but I've never actually done a live on trusted house sitters. So I thought that I would do a live specifically talking about like trusted house sitters, kind of how it is like playing a role in our living abroad journey, and really just to answer any questions that y'all have. So let's get into it. What are you doing? Why are you making that face? Why are you making that face? Okay, there we go. But welcome, y'all. Happy Saturday. I'm like, what day is it? What time is it? I don't know anymore. Welcome, y'all. Happy Saturday. Please go ahead and double tap as you are joining in. If you know anybody who would be interested in living abroad, moving abroad, make sure you share the live with them. Like, we'll answer as many questions as we can. But yeah, for starters, like I said, I'll share a little bit about our journey, living abroad, house sitting, pet sitting, all of that. And yeah, we're gonna get into it. But if y'all are brand new here, go ahead and drop a number 1 for me in the comments. If you have never been in any of my lives before, drop a number 1. Please double tap the screen. I really appreciate it. We really appreciate all the hearts and all of that. So yeah, we about to get into it. So in case you have no idea who I am, my name is Katniss. Welcome. My name is not Katniss. I'm just saying welcome to Katniss. Welcome to the live. Oh my God, I need to take a nap. Welcome, Katniss. I've never heard anyone with that name other than Hunger Games. But yes, welcome. Keep dropping those number 1s. If you're brand new here, I'll tell you a little bit about me and my journey. So my name is Bianca. This is Mel, my husband, and we left the United States to live abroad as digital nomads in February of last year. So since last year, February, we have traveled to 10 different countries. And I've been bringing y'all on the journey with me. I've been sharing my journey, living abroad, traveling on a budget, all of those things, and showing y'all how to do these things as well, like showing you that these things are possible for you. So whatever questions you have, feel free to drop them in the comments. Like I said, we'll try to answer as many of them as we can. So we signed up with Trusted House Sitters, and Golden Girl, thank you for the share. We started with Trusted House Sitters. We signed up in August. But we actually didn't even do our first house sit until November. So let me back up. Okay. There's a company called Trusted House Sitters. They've been around for more than like 10 years. And basically the way it works is you pay an annual fee and then you can apply to as many house sits as you want. There are house sits all over the world, y'all. I mean, US, Mexico, Costa Rica, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, France, Thailand. I saw a house sit in India once. I was like, what? So, I mean, there are house sits all over the world. So if you are someone who likes animals, if you don't like animals, go ahead and leave the live. This one ain't for you. I'm gonna just be honest with you. If you don't like dogs, cats, if you're not an animal person, this is not gonna be the live for you. It's called Trusted House Sitters. I actually have a link in my bio for Trusted House Sitters as well. For anybody who's interested in signing up, if you use my referral with the promo code, you'll get 25% off of your annual membership. So make sure you take advantage of that if this is something you're interested in doing. But yeah, like I said, me and my husband left the US last year to live abroad as digital nomads. We're currently in country number 10. It's been really, really crazy, but it's been a really great journey. And we signed up for Trusted House Sitters back in August. So I'd heard about Trusted House Sitters before, but I don't know, like, you know, like you hear about something, you're like, oh, that sounds cool, but you don't really like do anything about it. Listen, don't be like me. Go sign up ASAP. My referral is at the link in my bio, by the way, for Trusted House Sitters. You can get 25% off when you use my promo code, so don't forget to use that with the link in the bio. So yeah, so we signed up in August, and we almost did a house sit in Panama in August, but the reason we didn't do it was because the dog had to be out. There were two main reasons. Was he older?
Yeah, I think it was like 11 or something. like that.
Okay, so, and I'm not saying like we would never house sit for an older dog, but like, you know, we got parameters, okay? I mean, I saw a house sit in London. I'm not exaggerating. They said the dog was going out like every 2 hours. I was like, no. So, people should always have their passport ready. I agree. I don't know what that has to do with anything that I said, but I agree. But yeah, so we almost did a house sit in Panama, but we decided not to do it because it wasn't a house that was like, it was not at all in the city. Like it was on the beach, which was nice, but there really wasn't anything around. And one thing that me and my husband have learned living abroad, thank y'all for the hearts. One thing that me and my husband have learned while living abroad is we really need a place that is walkable, right? Like if we don't have a car, and 99% of the time we do not have a car, we need somewhere where we can walk. And so like the place where the house sit was, even though it was on the beach, it was kind of like off the grid low key. And then she was like, oh, the dog has to go out like every 4 hours. So I was like, so it basically kind of felt like it would have been cool to stay in this house on the beach for 3 weeks, but we would have been like stuck here. Like we wouldn't have, because even if we wanted to go into town, like that would have been a commute. So we ended up deciding not to do it. So we actually didn't even get our first house sit until November, right? When we went home for the holidays. Mm-hmm. So the way that we did it with Trusted House Sitters is we started off with local sits. We were like, you know what, let's just go ahead and first of all, let's get used to it. Like we have no idea really what to expect. So we were like, let's kind of figure out what does this even look like? Like you hear about people house sitting, but what does it really feel like to literally be in somebody else's house, like taking care of their pets? Because that's what it is. You are literally in somebody, like right now we're in somebody else's house. We don't live here. Like we don't live anywhere because we're digital nomads, but like we do not live in this house. And like this house is like nice as shit. Like I don't know how much y'all can tell from, I'm just turning the phone around, but this is a nice ass house that does not belong to us, but we are staying here for 3 weeks. So we are rent free for 3 weeks. But yeah, so how we started off is like we started off doing some local sits just so we could rack up reviews and so that we can kind of get used to you know, Trusted House Sitters, like the process, like what it looks like, etc. So we actually did 4 sits. Oh my God, 4 sits. We did 4 house sits in North Carolina. And then that's when we started applying to sits abroad. So whenever you sign up with Trusted House Sitters, like I said, you can literally apply to as many sits as you want. They have 3 different tiers. I believe the lowest one is like 99. No. I think the lowest one, if you use my referral, it's like $100 for a year. So I mean, y'all, for literally $100 a year, like if you like to travel or if you haven't traveled, but you want to travel and like, you know, accommodations can get expensive. I get it. If you want to travel, you don't want to have to pay for a hotel. You don't want to have to pay for an Airbnb and you actually like pets, then like Trusted House Sitters is a phenomenal budget travel hack for you. So anyway, how much did you get back? What do you mean get back? You don't get anything back. like you
pay, and then I guess what you get out of it is you get to live in somebody's house for free, and they exchange. You pretty much exchanging with the house owner. You get to stay in their house and watch their pet, and they get to have somebody that can watch their house and pretty much
take care of their house and their pets. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't know what you mean by how much money did you get back. But yeah, so basically, that made me lose my train of thought. What the hell was I saying? I forgot what I was saying, y'all. But let me know what other questions y'all have about Trusted House Sitters. But yeah, so we got here 2 days ago. We're currently in Monterrey, Mexico. So we were already in Mexico, but we were in Mérida, which we love, by the way. Love Mérida. But yeah, we are currently in Monterrey, and so we'll be here. It's like an 18-day house sit. And the thing about the house sits, the thing about the house sits is that like they vary, right? So like there are house sits for 3 days, there are house sits for 3 months, okay? Like
for 1 day.
I don't know if you can do one for 1 day.
I thought pretty sure you saw one for 1 day. It was like,
oh yeah, I did. You're right. I forgot about that. Yeah, that to me is, I mean, I don't know. For somebody out there, that might be perfect to just do like a little 1 day getaway. Thank y'all for the hearts. I appreciate y'all double tapping. But yeah, so whenever we were in North Carolina, we only did like short sits. I think the longest one was like 5 nights. I don't even think we ever fully stayed 5 nights. We ended up leaving after the 4th night. So a lot of times what the owner will do is, let's say they're traveling on Monday and then they come back on like Saturday, right? They might say the sit is like Monday through Sunday, but then like if they come back on Saturday, you can typically leave that night. Unless, you know, I mean, obviously maybe you don't have to. Hey sis, tell your hubby I love the workout the other day. Hey!
Thank you.
Joette, were you doing the workout or were you just watching the workout? I'm just curious. Sometimes I be telling him, I'm like, shit, whenever he be live doing workouts, I be like, I need to get my ass in here and do this workout with you. But he be using my yoga mat. So I be like, well.
That's all it takes to stop.
Yes, I was sweating too. Okay, Joette was out here doing the workout. I'm here for it, y'all. My husband is an online personal trainer, and so he does some live workouts on here. Let me go ahead and plug him real quick. I'm just gonna type online personal trainer, and then I'll pin your comment. But yeah, so I might have put him on the pin for anybody who's interested in like any kind of virtual training, virtual workouts. Oops, that was the wrong comment. Accidentally pinned Joe. Oh my god, y'all, I'm sorry. I am so tired. You can pin your comment because you're a moderator. What part of North Carolina? So we came from the Raleigh area. I was born in Charlotte, raised in Wilmington, and then I went to the Raleigh area for school, and then I never left until I left the United States. So yeah, but yeah, so we're here for like 18 days, and essentially, like I said, whenever you sign up for Trusted House Sitters, like it means that you're welcome, Darren. It means that you don't have to pay for your room and board. Like you can stay in these like nice ass houses, apartments, you know, whatever it is. I think. This is technically an apartment. It feels like a house.
Yeah, it feels like a house, but it's like a very large apartment.
Yeah, like this is a 3-bedroom, 5-bathroom apartment. Like there's a yard. Like this is why it feels like a house. Like it's so big it doesn't even feel like an apartment. And apparently we're in like the rich part of Monterey, which Monterey is already kind of known to be one of the more like bougier parts of Mexico anyway.
The U.S.
Yeah.
Like we bordered Texas.
Yeah, Texas. Yeah, it's actually a border state here. So we could actually be in Texas in like 2 hours if we really wanted to, which we don't. But you know, we could. So yeah, I'll be honest. Monterey is definitely not like, I mean, we wouldn't come back here.
No. But it's definitely, I feel like it's very Americanized. Like most of the stuff you see here is like, oh, it's like state, like, you know, most of the stuff you see in the state.
Yeah.
I was also on the phone with my mom. I was like, you know, one thing that I noticed, like, most of the cars that you see here is like most of what you would see in the States. Like, you know, compared to America, you see like those small compact cars.
Yeah.
Like here you see like, oh, the big
lots
cars.
of big trucks,
Yeah,
more like
trucks,
SUVs. Yeah,
which
for
makes
sure.
sense because they have a hill. Like, it's very hilly.
Oh my God, I feel like these dogs are about to like knock the tripod over. Hey, y'all, I feel like these dogs are literally about to knock this tripod over. But y'all, y'all see the tripod moving? Oh my God. Listener, we're over here telling you how like good the dogs are. They come over here acting like this. But yeah, we'll show y'all the dogs. So this is, let me turn the camera around. So this is Ani and Donald. So this is Donald. He is a baby, 3 months, a little bit of a terrorizer, to be honest with you. Donald, come here. Hey. Straight ignored. Okay. And Donald doesn't really know his name yet. This is Ani. She's such a sweetie. Hey, sweet girl. And as you can see, Donald is not going to let me pet her at all. Donald is always trying to be all up in the camera. But yeah, so like these are the 2 dogs. And again, like I said, look at them. They're so loving and sweet. So we get to hang out with these dogs for 3 weeks in this like nice ass apartment where we do not, y'all, this apartment got a hammock. Come on, this apartment literally has a hammock. This is like just like one of the what? Oh my God, she done got in a chair. The dog, she done got in the chair. Oh my God, but anyway, like nice kitchen in here. Super nicest couch I have like ever seen in my life, to be honest. I've always been a sectional person. Have y'all ever seen a couch like this? Oh shit. Yeah, so like, exactly, like right now it's pulled out like a bed, but like the cushions actually go in. This is my first time ever seeing a couch like this. How do you become a pet sitter abroad? Great question, Laura. I'll answer that in just a second. This table is actually normally outside, but you know, it was in here when we got here, so we just left it. And then y'all, this house sit is actually really chill because they have this whole backyard area. We don't even have to walk these dogs. They go in and out as they want. Y'all see that little paw? on the little doggy door. Y'all, the dogs literally go in and out as they please. Like, look at her, spoiled. Look at her in heaven right now. Ani, get away from my man. Get away from my man, Ani. And yeah, Donald is trying to figure out how he can get in on some of this right now. Okay, Ani, can I have my seat back? Can I have my... Oh, she just lied down. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to get my chair back. She said, oh, they love him. They are honestly such sweet dogs. Like, the white one is a little ratchet, okay? But it's just because he's a puppy, right? It's like a toddler. You're like, oh, my God, you're always so busy. You were always talking. You're always doing these things. But, like, that's what toddlers do. So it's because, like, he's a puppy. Don't ask me what kind of dog he is because I don't know. I am a little concerned that he's this big at 3 months. I'm like, what the fuck is he going to look like in like another 3 months? Hey, can I have the chair? Can I have the chair?
Come on down.
Huh? Can I? Come on. Y'all, I really might not get this chair back now. All right, we'll see what happens. Anyways, so let me turn this back around. Oops, not comment. How do I? Sorry, y'all. I feel like I sound like somebody's grandma. How do I turn this thing around? Okay, there we go. Thank you, baby. All right, y'all. I got the chair back. We back in here. Okay, so how do you become a house sitter? So literally, all you have to do is go to. Thank God for the hearts. All you have to do is go to trustedhousesitters.com. I actually have them linked in my bio, and then you sign up. You can sign up and you can start browsing house sits. So you will need to create your profile. So you create a profile, and then, obviously you want to make your profile look good. You want it to be like, hey, show like some photos of like you with animals if you have them. And then you'll have to get, I forgot what the fuck do they call them? No, they're like references, but there's a word for them because obviously like do you need experience? Laura, you don't have to have experience, but like it will help if that makes sense.
If you watch somebody's house when they was out of town, you watch somebody's dog while they were out of town, that's reference right there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's experience.
So like whenever you first get on there, you do have to have like 3 references, character references, that's what they call them. You have to have 3 like character references, basically people who can vouch for you and say that, you're not like a piece of shit human and that they trust you. Okay, yeah, so Laura, so that's perfect. So like for me, even though I didn't have, y'all, these dogs are being so worrisome now. Move your knock over the tripod. Go. Okay, so both of you just travel and pet sit. I mean, we live abroad, so we travel, yes, we are digital nomads. So we have been living abroad since last year. Like we left the US in February of last year. We've been to 10 different countries since February of last year, but this is our first house sit abroad. All the other house sits that we have done have been in North Carolina, but we are planning on doing a ton more houses. Because like I said, y'all, you literally pay 1 fee a year and you can apply it to as many as you want. But yeah, so like whatever experience you have, you can put that on your profile. So like he better knock this tripod over. Whenever I first got on Trusted House Sitters, I basically used like my dog growing up. I used like my mom's dog. And then one time I actually did house sit for a friend in Ani. I know. This is why we can't give you no attention, because now you don't know how to live without it.
I got my feet on it.
Okay. Y'all, oh my God. Donald, stop licking the tripod. So, what was I talking about?
House sitting for a friend.
Oh yes, so I did house sit for a friend. We're in Mexico right now. I did house sit for a friend. I'm hot. In Florida, so I did end up using that which is funny because back then I didn't even know what this was, but it was cool because I was literally able to use that as experience. And then like I also used my mom's dog. I used my sister's dog. I mean, I put photos up there with like random animals. Like we've been traveling for a little bit more than a year, and so like we even put photos. So for example, when we were in Bali in Indonesia, we went to monkey sanctuary. We had photos of us there. We went to an elephant sanctuary in Thailand. So I put a photo of us there. Like, whenever you build your profile, you really want to show people that like you are someone who likes animals, who cares about animals. Like that's something that they really like to see. But yeah, you don't have to have experience, but you will need to have at least like 3 people who can vouch for you. And then once you have those, you can, it might even be 2. I don't even think it's 3, it might be 2. But then, I got dog hair in my mouth. Oh shit. Oh, hold on. Okay. This is why my allergies acting up. Yes, thank you. Photos. So yeah, like you do want to make sure that you have your profile set up where like they can see that like you are somebody who would be reliable. Let me just make sure I didn't miss any questions. Did you bring your dogs with you? No, you don't bring your own animals. You never bring your own animals. Like you're going to pet sit for somebody else. You don't bring your own animals. So if you have your own animals, then hell, maybe you can sign up for Trusted House Sitters as a maybe you can sign up for maybe you can sign up for Trusted House Sitters as a pet owner, because you can. Oh, I should have said that too. So you can sign up as a pet owner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, she was saying you can sign up as a pet owner. So let's say you have a dog and you travel a lot. So like the reason why we kind of here at this lady's house, she's Brazilian and she's going back home to deal with some family issue. I think her mom is in the hospital or something like that. And so those are some like, unless you go on, her husband might be out of town because of work, or I think his mom is.
They're both Brazilian.
Yeah. Both Brazilian and stuff like that. So like you say, if you have like you travel a lot, you have a job where you travel a lot, you have a dog, and you still don't want to get rid of your dog because of your job and stuff like that. This is a great way you can like, I would like I can do this, and you can have somebody watch your dog for you.
Yeah, your pets don't have to leave.
And I also have heard that people that because I know some people can say you can just kennel the dog, which is pretty much you can take a dog to like a pet sit or whatever, like where you can leave the dog for a couple of weeks or whatever you want to. I have heard people say that's very expensive compared to doing this. Like this is a one-time payment, anybody can do it or whatever. And
yeah, because it's the same if you are a pet owner. Like you can sign up for a one-time annual fee, and then you can list your house as much as you want.
Yeah.
Travel by Dot. Hello, who pays for the flights? We do. Like they don't. So let me make this clear, because I know some people have asked this multiple times.
No.
Trusted House Sitters does not pay you. Okay, so I feel like the easiest way to look at it is whenever you do Trusted House Sitters, you are replacing what you would have to pay for an accommodation. Y'all, if we were to stay in an Airbnb like this that looks like this is
at least $5,000.
Like y'all, like I said, y'all, this is a 3-bedroom, 5-bathroom apartment, like beautiful view, nicest part. Like I said, this would probably cost like $5,000 a month, but we don't have to come out of our pocket. It wouldn't cost $5,000 for a couple of weeks. That would be outlandish.
Some other places now.
Either way, that doesn't matter. The point is that Ani, no, don't come back over here. But yeah, so the point is, you end up not having to pay for your room and board. So let's say you've been wanting to go to like London, because like London is like, so actually this company is based in the UK. So there's actually a lot of sits in, I feel like the UK and the US are the two countries that have the highest number of sits like on the website. She's just in love right now. She's like, give me all these pets. And when I'm about to say, if the little terrorizer sees this, it's over. We're about to have a round 2 of what y'all just saw. But because he cannot handle anybody. He cannot handle us petting Ani. Yeah, so with Trusted House Sitters, like you pay for everything except the actual house that you stay in. Oh yeah, so that's what I was saying. So let's say like you want to go to London, right? But you don't want to pay for a hotel because, let's say in London, the average price for a decent hotel is $100 a night. And you want to go spend a week in London. Instead of you having to drop $700 on accommodations, $700 to $1,000 on accommodations or more, then look at her. Oh my God. Then you can, Ani, we trying to work. She's like, fuck your life. She's like, fuck your life. I know, sweetie. But we gotta work, okay? Oh, you're so sweet. I can't handle it. Okay, I'm sorry. Also, like, I love Trusted House Sitters because I really, like, I would love to have my own dog, but because we travel so much, like, we know that it's not feasible. Thank you for the gift, Maria. Thank y'all for the hearts too. We know that it would not be feasible, so like I feel like this is such a happy medium, because basically it's like we get to have pets every once in a while. But yeah, so like I said,
Stop it.
The London, she licking you?
Yes.
Like the London one was like just an example. But yeah, like I said, they actually have house sits all over the world. So okay, let me see. I think somebody was asking a question. Okay, I just said we were in Mexico. Is that like World Packers? World Packers is where you can go and volunteer, and then in exchange you can get like room and board.
No.
I mean, I guess it's similar in a way. I mean, it's similar in a way because you're volunteering, but like World Packers to me is more like a job. So like normally whenever for this is from my understanding, I've never done World Packers. I actually want to try it though. From my understanding with World Packers, it's like you might go stay in Thailand for 2 weeks, but for that 2 weeks, you're going to be responsible for working a certain amount of hours per day, like helping somebody do something, right? With Trusted House Sitters, like your job is just to take care of like the house and the pets. Yeah. So like, I guess like it's similar in a way and like you're doing an exchange, but you don't have like a job when you get here, if that makes sense.
Yeah. This is like, I feel like this is much easier and laid back.
Yeah.
It gives you the opportunity to. And I feel like this is also a great way to, like, let's say you want to.
Yes, y'all. Sorry, baby. Yes, y'all. My referral link is in my bio. If you use that link with a promo code, you'll get 25% off of your annual membership. Sorry, baby. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying. So if let's say you want to go to Spain and you have never been to Spain, and I buy my ticket already. You start looking at the accommodation, and it's like, oh my God, this is a little too much for me. Doing a house if you find somebody that has a house sitter around that time and it kind of aligns with you or whatever, all your goals kind of align together, I feel like that'd be a great way to do it, where you can still go at that person's house and you can still enjoy your plan or what you were planning to go do in Spain. Yeah, you can still enjoy your time to go explore like the city like you were planning to do.
You're welcome.
Like you were planning to do, and then you can. Obviously, you gotta still watch your dogs and stuff like that. Like I said, most people are very cool with it. Most dogs, like, obviously if it's a young dog or whatever, you can take them out and they can hold, some of them can hold their bladder for about 5 hours or whatever it is. You do want to be picky with your animals too. Hold on, let me answer the questions I missed.
Not Alicia on here talking about she got you sitting on the videos now. Hey Alicia, we miss you too, boo.
Girl, I'm doing my own now too.
Yeah, exactly. He just got off his own live. Do you think you do this solo? Absolutely. Most people do it solo. Like most people who I see doing Trusted House Sitters, they do it by themselves. So like, don't feel like it has to be two of you. Obviously, I will be very honest. I think in general, I'm just spoiled being married to this man because he just does so much. He's just so helpful. That's just who he is. It's his personality. But know thyself, right? Like, have you ever had a pet before? Right? Like I feel like if you've like never had a pet, I would definitely start off with maybe like a small dog, right? Or maybe a cat or something like that. But you can absolutely do this by yourself. Like I said, most people who I know who do Trusted House Sitters, they do it alone. But I will tell you,
some of the dogs we have had.
I don't know if I would do 2 animals by myself. I mean, a dog and a cat maybe, but I don't know if I would do 2 dogs alone. These dogs are
pretty cool, and like I said, they have the backyards. You don't really have to do too much, especially like with this one. Like, just choose wisely of your the houses that you're gonna do and stuff like that. We have had a big dog. Do you feel comfortable picking up
big poop?
Yes. Do you feel comfortable doing that and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like I said, the last dog we had was like over 100.
It was 110 pounds.
110 pounds or whatever. Yeah. It's a lab, and that was huge.
Carl was big. He was so sweet, He was such a sweet dog. But yeah, like you say, he had those big shits, and that was gross.
Do you feel comfortable picking that up or whatever it is? Because you have to pick it up or whatever it is. So.
Yeah. What website? The website is Trusted House Sitters. I want to travel abroad, but my cats and dogs. So you might be interested in signing up for Trusted House Sitters as a pet owner versus as a sitter if you are comfortable with people coming in your house and taking care of your pets. You said like 20 hours a week. Is that how it is with World Packers? Is it like 20 hours a week for volunteering? I really do want to try out World Packers. I've never done it before.
They was talking about Thailand. That was
talking about what? The World Packers. I feel like it's really popular in Thailand.
She was saying like you can work in exchange for food or whatever. You guys would feed me. I was okay. Makes sense now.
Yeah. So where do you find these jobs? What jobs? I always wonder, can families do this? Families as in with children? I doubt it. I mean, I don't know, but I doubt it. I would assume it's only for adults. I'd rather watch dogs. Yeah, like I have met people who like they just cannot do cats because either they don't like cats or like they're allergic. I actually have dog and cat allergies. My dog allergies are very, very minor. My cat allergies are rough. However, like they're completely manageable if I take allergy medicine. So we did a house sit that had 2 cats. and I took like 1.5 allergy pills a day, and like it was fine. And also we always closed our bedroom door so the cats did not, like the cats never went in like where we slept. So know thyself. And y'all also keep in mind, they have other animals than dogs and cats. First of all, we had a turtle. Yeah, we had a turtle. There are birds, there are farm animals, fish, like there are a lot of different animals. However, obviously the most common pets across the globe are going to be dogs and cats. But I mean, y'all, apparently there have been house sits where like you didn't even have to watch an animal. Those are really, really rare. Okay. There was a woman who came in my...
She just got to watch the house and probably water some plants.
Yeah, exactly. Like somebody might have a house and it might just be their plants that you have to watch. But I will say that is definitely more so the exception and not the rule. Like I would only sign up for Trusted House Sitters if you actually enjoy animals. Like if you don't like animals, just don't do it. That's just my honest opinion. I mean, traveling solo, LOL digital nomad. Like would I do it? Yeah, I love solo travel for sure. What length of time do you all normally do? So break free, do you mean for Trusted House Sitters? So every house sit is different. Like I said, this is the longest one we've had. This one is 18 days, so it's almost 3 weeks. But the ones we did before were just local in North Carolina, just so we could kind of get used to it. Those were only like 4 and 5 days long. But like I said, y'all, there are house sits for 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months. Okay, like it really just depends. Obviously, the biggest question is, what is your flexibility? Like if you are able to go and spend a month in another country, why not? And let me know, drop the word yes in the comments. Is anybody in here actually interested in living abroad? Like this year, next year, at some point, is anybody interested in leaving the US because you want to move abroad? Because I do also talk about like moving abroad on my page. And like one thing that I always tell people is that if you want to test out living abroad, Trusted House Sitters is a great way to test it out because you don't have to pay for room and board. And whenever you are in someone else's house, you are literally like by default, you're living like a local, right? Like you're not living in, yes, I bought your package. Hey, do you mean the Move Abroad bundle? Thank you so much. Which, by the way, y'all, if you are interested in moving abroad, I do have a Move Abroad bundle at the link in my bio that is already 50% off, and you can take an additional 50% off if you use the promo code ABROAD2025 for anybody who wants to get the hell out of the U.S. to live abroad and you do not know where to start. Ton of information in the bundle. Let me know if y'all have any questions about that. But yeah, like every house sit is different. So like I was saying, like if you're interested in moving abroad, but you're not ready to take that big leap, I absolutely recommend doing Trusted House Sitters. Like if you're like, I want to move abroad next year, I would sign up ASAP and I would start, obviously create your profile and then start applying. Like I would try to do at least like 3, especially if you're not already well traveled, because like I said, you get to live like a local. Like y'all, whenever we walk out the door, like the security guy is Mexican. We went to the grocery store earlier. She actually left us her car. It was our first time driving abroad today. So we actually drove to the grocery store. Everything is in Spanish. Like you really get to experience living like a local. That's another really cool thing about Trusted House Sitters. You're not just going to some all-inclusive resort. You're not going to a hotel. You really get to have an authentic travel experience. You really get to see what it's like. And in my opinion, that's the best way to travel, because like why pay all this money to leave the US or hell, even if you're not paying a lot of money, why leave the US just to do the same American shit with other American people? So great option for anybody who's interested in living abroad. I just got my ticket for Mexico. This is only the beginning. Let's get it. Okay, and I see some people are interested in living abroad. I'm a digital nomad and don't know where to travel next. What countries are lit right now? What you mean? What countries are lit? Every country is lit. What are you looking for? You talking about a country? You're trying to party? You can find that anywhere. I mean, maybe not Egypt, unless you know somebody. I will say I went to Egypt. Egypt is is a dry country, but I mean, if you're trying to party, honestly, like I would just go somewhere like the Caribbean, maybe go to like a resort or something like that, or a cruise if you want to party. I would consider this for our home if someone watches our pets and plant. Yeah, so that's amazing. Say what, you house it? Yeah, we are currently in Mexico in somebody else's house, somebody else's beautiful apartment. And yeah, we'll be here for like almost 3 weeks. And so we don't have to pay rent. I'm air quoting rent because like rent is funny because we're digital nomads. We don't really have a home. So like Obviously, like if we do Airbnb, we pay, but it's always funny whenever I say rent. Thank y'all for the hearts. But yeah, like we're literally house sitting right this second. So yeah, this is an option. What other questions do y'all have about house sitting or living abroad? There's like a fruit fly in here. I wish I could see these dogs right now. Like y'all see how like wild they were? Look at how calm the dogs are now. Just look at them just like chilling now. There's dog number 1, and then here's dog number 2. Like they were just like all over us 10 minutes ago, and now they're just over there like it never happened. Okay, let me. Oh, somebody earlier said something like, "Do I feel safe?" I didn't really like. Do I feel safe doing what? Like I was confused.
I feel safe in somebody else's house, like
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what Bible like that mean, whatever.
I just got back from Greece and I loved it. The only bad thing is that the euro is expensive. So Candy, that's actually a really good point, because that's the other thing that I was gonna say is that I also love Trusted House Sitters for places that are a little bit more expensive, right? So let's say, for example, you're going to Thailand. Like obviously Thailand is known for being a really inexpensive place to travel if you make USD. So I'm not saying you cannot house sit in Thailand. Like, of course, like you can if there's a house in there and you want to do it. However, I definitely feel like this is a great opportunity for places that are more expensive. So like him and I have already talked about like even places in the US that we would like to do a house sit. Like signing up for Trusted House Sitters made me, I felt robbed. Signing up for Trusted House Sitters like made me realize that there actually are a lot of places in the US that I would like to see. Like, I mean, like Colorado, Oregon. I mean, I've been to California, but I mean, I could always go back. I could always go back to California. But yeah, so I highly, highly recommend it. Even if there are places you want to travel in the United States, because y'all already know accommodations are expensive as hell in the US.
Was it last year? Last summer?
Oh yeah, we did an Airbnb that was like, I mean, it was okay, but it was not top of the line. Like, I mean, it was renovated, but it was not like super nice. And it was $1,800 for 12 nights in the US. So yeah, like literally like imagine for 12, now we ain't even talking about half a month. So it was like, imagine even if you're in the US, imagine even if you're in the US and you want to go to Cali, you want to go to New York, you want to go, you know, to Michigan or somewhere in Florida, wherever it is you want to go. Like I said, there are literally houses all over the world. We've seen beautiful places on the beach. We've seen beautiful places in the cabin, beautiful places in cities, and you can even search on the platform. I'll do another live on Trusted House Sitters and I'll actually show y'all the platform, but right now it would be a little bit complicated for me to try to pull that up. Let me see. Do you meet the host or you just have a key drop? That's another great question. So for us, we have met 4 out of 5. Yeah. 4 out of 5 hosts we met. So whenever we are like in North Carolina, like where we're from, we like, especially if it's a dog, like we'll be like, yeah, like let's just go over there and meet the dog. You know, obviously it makes the host feel comfortable to meet you. And hold on, let me back up real quick. I'm gonna answer your question, but let me back up. So once you have your profile, once you apply for house sits, 99% of the time, once you send out an application, whenever the host reaches back out to you, they're going to ask you to get on a call. Like they're gonna want to do like a FaceTime call to like see that you're a real person, to kind of get a feel of like your personality. That is completely normal. If they don't ask, that's actually kind of weird. And now you want to meet them too, in my opinion. Like you want to be able to talk to them. So you have like a virtual meeting, and then huh?
I said sometimes they will show you on the house.
Who showed us the house? Virtually.
That lady that
virtually?
Well, she did, and then we would end up meeting like, what was that little small one? The first one we did.
Olive?
Yeah. We did it. She showed us a little bit, and then the day we went to meet her, like she showed us like the house itself. Yeah.
And so so like you said, like sometimes the host might be like, here you can see the house, but normally if you're gonna see it in person, you don't necessarily need to see it virtually unless you just have a specific question. But yeah, so whenever we were in North Carolina, like we did go and like meet the pets, meet the dogs first. We did have a house sit where it was just 2 cats and a turtle. For that one, we did not go ahead of time. Like we asked her if she wanted us to, and she was like, no, it's fine. So like it just depends. Now what's funny is here in Brazil, we actually did meet the host in Brazil, in Mexico. I'm sorry, y'all.
Brazilian.
She's Brazilian. We're not in Brazil. This was in Mexico, but she's Brazilian. So she asked us if we could come either a day early or if we could come early in the day. So her flight actually was not until like 10 o'clock. No, it was like 1 a.m. So whenever we got here, we actually did get to meet the host. Her name was Flavia, and yeah, like she's cool. She's like cool as shit, y'all. So she, yeah, her husband was already in Brazil, but she so she like we got to meet the dogs ahead of time. She showed us the house. She drove us around and showed us like the grocery stores that we can go to. She showed us where we could go to the gym. She showed us parks where we could take the dog. She even cooked for us. Like she actually is a chef, so she cooked for us. Gave us multiple glasses of wine. Like she was so cool.
That's a Brazilian. That is their thing. They're very hospitable and very welcoming to that. Even when we went to Brazil, we felt like that.
Yeah, for sure. Brazilians are super friendly.
Any Brazilian friends, I feel like would have been like this. Like how they should treat us. Like, oh, we're gonna get you drunk. You in my house, and you ain't gotta worry about nothing, whatever it is.
Yeah, super sweet. So I think it does depend on the host. I know there are some houses where people do not meet them first, and then there are some where they do. And I think it also depends on the pet, right? So like if you know your pet, and if you know your pet is like, oh, they love everybody, no worries, whatever, but you have
anxiety.
Yeah, exactly. But you may have some people may have a pet where it's like they know that their pet would be more comfortable if they met you first, or if they need to show you something specific, like little quirks around the house, like, oh yeah, like this is important to close this door, but you need to close it this way. So like we personally like to be able to like meet people beforehand. But again, this is our first international sit. So like if we end up doing another one and we don't get to, we're not gonna turn it down. But so far, for all of the ones where we have had dogs, which is 4 out of 5, we have like actually met the host in person, either before we did the sit or whenever, or like the first day of the sit. You are not paid for staying in the homes. Safety in the country. HJR, we feel safe in every country that we travel to.
Except the U.S.
Yeah, that. I wouldn't mind house sitting on a farm. There's definitely See,
that is for her.
Exactly, and that's the beauty of Trusted House Sitters is you can literally shop around for what you want. Like I have seen farm ones, and like I am not interested at all. Like we want to be in a city. We want to be. You're welcome. We want to be where we can walk places. Here it's okay because we have a car. Like, and that's another thing. Sometimes, y'all, I'm telling you. You can literally go on Trusted House Sitters and go shopping around. Like there are so many different types of house sits. Like this is the first house sit where somebody left us their car. Like that has never happened before.
That lady, the first one we did at the lake, she offered alcohol. It was like we told her we had.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Well, okay, maybe this is the second one where somebody. But the first one we had our own. Yeah. But this is like the first house sit where we've actually like driven someone else's car. So, and whenever you go on the website, sometimes you can even filter by. Thank y'all for all the hearts. I appreciate it. You can even filter on the website, like. For people for house sits that come with the car, because there actually have been a couple house sits that would have been cool, but whenever I read it, it was like you need to have a car. There was a couple in South Africa, and there were actually a couple in Mexico that I didn't even apply to because they were like, you need your own car. So we were like, okay, but that's not going to work. That's not going to work for us. So again, like every house sit is different, but you can figure out what works for you. So I would assume if you're on a farm, you might not need a car, but
They might leave their car with you.
Yeah, they might leave their car, or you might want to, like just make sure that you can get Uber or you can get things delivered out there. Like I said, it really just depends. Like I said, every house sit is different, but again, that's the beauty of the platform is that you can go in there and shop around and see like what kind of house sit you would want. Anything else that we didn't bring up?
Most of the time, like, especially some people are so nice, like they will pretty much whatever's in the fridge, whatever's in the pantry, have at it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Somebody asked earlier about food. Like 99% of the time. Oh, go ahead, babe.
I see. Most people, all the places that we have been at, people are whatever's in the fridge, whatever you like, have at it. Whatever it is, like.
Which is really nice because like we cook when we travel. Like we cook in general, so it's nice to have. To go to someone's house and like you don't got to worry about bringing your own condiments. Like they got mayonnaise, they got syrup, they got this kitchen is. I think this is the most stocked. Yeah, the first one had a lot of stuff. The first one had a lot of stuff too, but
yeah. I think she liked cooking. She said she liked cooking too.
Yeah, but yeah. So like most of the time they will tell you that you can what is the longest house stay you ever done? This is our longest one, Paris. And this is almost 3 weeks. So like this is the longest one that we've done so far. How long have y'all been together? We met in 2016. Yeah. Yeah, no, time is flying for sure. But I did want to quickly say, because somebody was asking, are they paid? I would say most of the time, no. But I literally just told him yesterday that I actually saw a house sit where somebody was like, it comes with a stipend. And I was like, that's the house that I'm trying to get for sure.
I get free accommodation and money.
What, right? Like, so I actually did see a house. Just like a screenshot of that. I actually did see a house where somebody offered a daily. I don't remember if it was daily or weekly, but they offered a stipend, which is basically payment. I don't know how much it was because they didn't say. But most of the time, you don't get paid. Most of the time, the payment is that you get the free room and board. You get to stay in someone else's house.
Also, another thing I like about it, you can think what you were saying about it, but one thing I like about doing this is you will get to, I guess, have a different aspect of different like people's life or whatever it is. Like, you know, you might live a certain way or whatever it is. And one of the houses that we did was like, I think it goes with the cats. Their house is like they have a lot of healthy food in the house and stuff like that. People talk about, oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of snacks in there. It's not the snacks that you might be thinking and stuff like that. So those are all things. And also you might see like the first house we did, like you can tell like how they designed the house. You can tell like they travel a lot, and you can tell like they put that whatever the places that they have been. You can tell they put that little twing in that house. Like the first house, you can tell they spend a good amount of time in Japan. So you see a whole bunch of stuff around the house in Japan, like games and stuff like that. And obviously we noticed some of those stuff because we have been to Japan and stuff like that. And also, like I said, you can get ideas how to, like, let's say, how to design your house or whatever it is. Like, you can get.
You've been thinking about designing a house.
Not just that. Like, look at the couch and stuff like that. We never seen no couch like that, so we ever done.
Oh
like,
yeah,
so
true.
Like, so like, you know, you get to see like different things that you might not have before or different. So those are all things that you know. You also like one thing I like doing is like, let's say you don't get to know about that much about the people and stuff. Like you can look at the pictures and stuff like in their house and like inside like. Make a story in your head, like, the places they travel.
You sound creepy.
It's not creepy. It's like, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's fun.
Yeah, it's like one of those fun things. You might be driving and stuff, like, where's everybody going? You kind of think, like, where you think that person is going or whatever. It's the same kind of thing where you kind of have an idea.
It's like people watching, but you're not people watching. Yeah. You're just like you're in this person's home, and then you'll see, like,
I'm just walking by. And that photo is very interesting or whatever.
Yeah, you'll see like a glamour shot from like 30 years ago where like, did they used to model? Yes. And then you'll see like it's a really fun and cool experience. And you know, for us, because like, you know, like we are travelers, like we're people who travel a lot. We love to travel. It's also really cool because we meet a lot of people who travel, right? Like a lot of people who do Trusted House Sitters, whether you are house sitting or whether it's your pet and you're the one with the house, like you literally get to meet all these other people who love to travel. So like I said, like these people who are here, we're in Mexico, but the people who live here, they're Brazilian. Like, and then the last one that we did, not the last one, the one, the two girls, like remember, like we were
very artsy, like, you know.
Yeah, like they were very like artsy, hippie, and like we would like see photos, and we were like, oh my god, that looks like Costa Rica. Remember, like we saw like a photo of the couple like in China. Yeah, like it's also just really cool because it's just one of those things where you also just get this sense of community, right? Like, and I mean, obviously, you just like anytime you travel, you want to be like respectful of cultures, customs, houses, etc. But it's also really cool because, you know, we're here in Mexico and we got a little like Brazilian experience because our house sitters, because the house belongs to Brazilians, but also we're here in like Monterrey, Mexico. So
you get to experience two cultures.
Yeah, so it's all around. It's just a really cool experience. Like I said, Trusted House Sitters has been around for like 10 years, y'all. Like they're not a new company. Like they've been out here, and it really is a steal. Like to be able to sign up for this for as low as $100 a year, and again, you can apply to as many house sits as you want all over the world. Like I know I have alerts set up on my phone. I have them for Mexico, Colombia, Puerto Rico, Guatemala, Costa Rica, where we live, Raleigh, North Carolina, or where we're from, Raleigh, North Carolina. Like you can even set up alerts. So like whenever certain houses pop up, like you get notified. So It's a really cool thing. Like I said, if you are someone who loves animals and you feel like you want to travel, but you don't want to have to, pay for your own accommodations, I highly, highly recommend it. Again, my referral link is in my bio. And if you use that link with the promo code, you can take 25% off of your annual membership. So Trusted House Sitters does not live in my bio. Let me just go ahead and drop that too. I literally just put it in there. I'm in Charlotte, ready to travel. Let's get it, Essential. Hey, North Carolina, come on and raise up. I'm gonna always be repping for North Carolinians, y'all. But yeah, no, that's dope. I'm absolutely here for it. But yeah, Trusted House Sitters does not live in my bio. So if anybody is in here, I highly recommend signing up today. Even if you're not ready to sign up today, like you can always shoot me a DM and I'm happy to send it to you. But I did just want to let you know, like, it does not live in my bio. So at least like make sure you like follow me, jot my name down or something in case you want to find it later. Son is on his way to Raleigh. Let's get it. HJR says I'm ready. Like, y'all, I'm telling you, it's dope. Like you can literally go sign up today. You can sign up today, be applying for your first house sits tomorrow, and like be on your way to living this type of lifestyle. Whether you can start by doing 1 a year, 2 a year, 3 a year, whatever it is. Like you can figure out whatever it is that fits your lifestyle.
One thing she was saying when she said about the notification, let's say you have ideas of places you want to go in. She named some of those places. Those are places that we have talked about going and we want to kind of visit and stuff like that. And like I said, you don't have to always be on Trusted House Sitter just kind of, oh my God, scrolling, just looking for stuff. You can have the notification on, it will let you know like, oh, this house just popped up or whatever it is. So that's a great way to like, you don't really have to spend your whole life or go check the website, check the website or the app every day or what you need to do, whatever it is, like every day. But you can put the notification on and okay, say I have this idea, this is where I want to go maybe this summer, and you start putting notification on.
Thank you.
You put a notification on, let's say a month or so before you go and stuff like that, and you just start seeing all these places. And you can do it specifically for those countries or whatever you plan to go, so you don't have to like you can
do cities or countries.
Yes.
Like I have it for all of Mexico, but if I for whatever reason, all right, Ani's coming back, y'all. But if I for whatever reason decided that I specifically wanted to go to like San Miguel or something, like I could do that. I could do that as well. So yeah, there's a ton of benefits to doing Trusted House Sitters. Like we don't house sit all the time. This, like I said, this is our first house sit abroad, but it is our 5th house sit. So we have done multiple house sits. I know, cutie. I know. What do you want? What do you want? Oh my God. Yeah, the dogs are calling, y'all. We better get off of here. The dogs are calling. I know, sweetie. You want to go throw a frisbee? Okay.
Now that she gonna play with her, like I said, I was out there for a couple of hours yesterday, and she was not.
You were not out there for a couple of hours.
No, trust me, I kept going back out there because she wanted to play.
Oh my God.
And she brought this after a while. I was out there for a while with her, and after a while, she brought the frisbee in the house. Like
she loves the frisbee. Do you have insurance for medical emergencies? So we just use the Chase Sapphire Reserve credit card insurance. But there is travel insurance, there's digital nomad insurance. There are a lot of options for insurance. Like I said earlier, for anybody who's interested in moving abroad, I am taking it out of my bio today. The my Move Abroad bundle, it comes with a 21-page guide and 12 videos, y'all. 12 videos on how to move abroad, how to choose your country, how to move abroad with kids, how to move abroad with pets, health insurance, how to make money while you are abroad, if you are LGBTQ+, if you have a disability, if you are a veteran, different ways to test out living abroad. Basically, every question that you're going to ask me about living abroad, it's in my Move Abroad bundle. And if you use the promo code ABROAD2025, you can take off, I'll put it in the comments, you can take an additional, hold on, abroad,
no, you over here.
2025. If you, oh yeah, you can pin comments. Okay, yeah. So I pinned it up here. So it is abroad 2025 for anybody that wants to take advantage of getting that bundle. For those of you who are serious about getting out of the United States and you're like, I don't even know where to begin. How the hell do I pick my country? How am I going to do this with my kids? What about health insurance? What do I do with my house? How am I going to find housing abroad? How am I going to adjust to a new culture? How am I going to tell my family? How do I get into the mindset? Thank you so much, Alyssa. How do I get into the mindset of even believing this is possible for me? Because I tell people all the time, y'all gotta stop sitting around watching everybody else on these internet streets live the life that you want to live. You got to get out here and live your own life, okay? Because time is fleeting. Life is fleeting. Yeah, like you only get to do this one time. Like, people look at us and they're like, oh my God, like you're living our dream. And I'm like, no, we're not. We live in our dream. We're living the life that we created. Like, our journey has not been perfect. Thank you, Alyssa. Our journey has not been perfect. Y'all, there's been so many mistakes that we have made since we left the US last year. There have been so many setbacks, but you know what? It's worth it. Like, we ask ourselves frequently, we'll be like, would you trade it? You want to go back to the US? And the answer is always no. And trust me, we were just in the US less than a month ago. Like, we were like, we don't want to be here. So if you want to move abroad, you can make it happen, but only you can make it happen. You got to take the steps. You got to trust the process. You got to trust your journey. And like I said, if you need some guidance getting started, if you don't want to have to do all the research yourself, if you feel overwhelmed about all the information that's out there, then take advantage of the Move Abroad bundle at the link in my bio. Those of you who've already purchased, thank you so much for your business. For those of you who want to take advantage, just don't forget to use the promo code, okay? The promo code is ABROAD2025, and that's going to get you that additional 50% off. Y'all see Ani's nose in here. She is like, get off of this live and come play with me right now. But thank y'all so much for joining. The bundle is in the bio. The Trusted House Sitters link and the promo code for that is in the bio as well. We'll be back on here. So yeah, make sure y'all hit that follow button. And yeah, I almost said happy Sunday.
Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, thank you. I've been thinking of Sunday all day, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll catch y'all later. Bye, y'all.